So stick around. That conversation in about 3 minutes on the Valley's Morning News. Meantime, something that everybody was talking about on social media yesterday. We talked about it on the drive home as well yesterday. A scary incident in Mission. Bullets went flying. Police were called to the IBC Bank on South Sherry Road yesterday afternoon to investigate a reported kidnapping. Well, when police got there, they encountered two individuals in a white car when one of the suspects reportedly opened fire on police. Mission police returned fire and wounded one of the suspects. A police officer was also hurt in the exchange, was taken to the hospital for treatment. Both suspects are in custody. The Texas Rangers investigating the officer involved shooting, while Mission police are investigating the alleged kidnapping. It's 7:07 on the Valley's Morning News. This note from La Jolla ISD. The Board of Trustees has approved a consolidation plan that will close 4 schools. La Jolla School Board unanimously approved to close Benavides Peña and Leo Elementary, the middle school, and Richards Middle School. That will become a career and technology education campus as part of this plan that school leaders say will help them save about $27 million. It's 7:07 on 710 KURV. Governor Greg Abbott announcing the 16th recipient of a grant for his Semiconductor Innovation Fund.
Texas Tech is getting $12 million to build a clean room lab for advanced research on next generation semiconductors. This is the governor's 3rd grant in as many weeks and the 6th in the last 2 months. Since February of last year, the governor's awarded more than $363 million.
Bill Oliver with that report at 7:08 on the Valley's Morning News. Heart disease is still the number 1 cause of death in the U.S., but fewer people are dying from it.
That's according to a new report from the American Heart Association. The report shows heart disease death rates have dropped for the first time in 5 years. They decreased by more than 2.5% from 2022 to 2023. Deaths involving blocked coronary arteries also went down by nearly 6% in that time frame. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
It's 7:08 on the Valley's Morning News. And today is National Hot Sauce Day. The debate over the best hot sauce, back and forth. Some people say all the best hot sauce comes from Louisiana. Others might say it'd be something like Tapatio, that is the favorite on the West Coast and also favorite in places like New Mexico. I'm good. For me, just give me a good sized bowl of gumbo and give me plenty of hot sauce. Keep me happy. It's 7:09. It's accurate with the time. Oh, which, by the way, just mention to our friends down the street at Schlotsky's. I think they got a special promotion today at it. We'll have a friend join us on the Sergio show later this morning. I think the gang at Schlotsky's, they have a decent, a nice flavored, it's not that hot. It's just mostly a flavored sauce. I think they got a special promotion. So stay tuned for that. It's AccuWeather. And big thank you to Dougie and all the gang at Martin Farm and Branch. It provides AccuWeather. And we got some cold weather on the way. And for areas, what would you say, Jason Caterina, meteorologist from AccuWeather joining us, what would you say, Jason? San Antonio, Central Texas, or Austin, or where's the line of frozen precip that heads north up to Dallas and places north of there?
It looks like Saturday night there could be some ice at times around San Antonio on roadways and sidewalks, that type of thing. So that looks to be about the line, maybe a little bit further south than that, but it's not going to make it all the way down to us for sure. But San Antonio for sure looks like there'll be some ice Saturday night. The low down to 23 overnight. So
it's San Antonio. Okay, that's Central Texas. For travel, especially the flights and connections to the Dallas area, you're expecting some significant snowfall in Metro Dallas, maybe some delays and icing up there as well. Friday, Saturday. Well, what's the plan?
Yeah, Friday, just occasional rain. It's going to be 46 early, and then temps will fall into the lower 30s. So by Friday night and Friday evening and night, that's when we'll get some sleet and freezing rain starting to move into Dallas. Continues Saturday, icy mix early Saturday night, snow and sleet Sunday in the early morning as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then things start to quiet down for us, but it remains quite cold up Dallas way as we head right straight through the weekend. So by Friday night, starting to see some of those delays likely forming up. They'll probably have to bust out the de-icers for any flights taken off Saturday night. And Houston, rain and thunderstorm. Saturday night, there could be some icy travel with a bit of freezing rain at times into the day on Sunday as well. So any flights in and out of Houston on Saturday night into Sunday will likely have some delays as well.
Yeah, and that's Texas. That's Dallas and Houston. Can you imagine anybody connecting from Chicago or New York, right? So there likely will be a ripple effect in travel as a result of all the nasty stuff. Well, up north of us, midsection, and up northeast, so pay attention to that if you have any family or friends. And in the meantime, for us, close to freezing, Saturday night, maybe around freezing, Sunday night as well?
Saturday night, looking a little milder for us at this point, but Sunday night, the record
milder for you, like 40s?
Yeah, mid 40s Saturday
Okay,
night.
Saturday
So not quite cold on Saturday night. Sunday night, though, the record's 35 that was set all the way back in 1966, and currently forecasted for 34 Sunday night. So
Okay.
we'll break the record Sunday night.
Well, you're moving in the right direction because yesterday was like 31. So keep tweaking it. Mid 30s, we should be fine. I know I got to cut you loose. We'll talk to you next hour, Jason. Thank you. That's
Okay.
weather meteorologist Jason Caterina. Again, the accurate the forecast, as Jason was saying. Hopefully, it'll be on Saturday night. Hopefully, Saturday night to Sunday morning around here. Hopefully, it'll be in the mid 40s, like low 40s. Sunday night to Monday morning, hopefully it will be close to freezing, 32, I would say 32 to 35. That's the call now. And the cold weather sticks around. So highs at the moment, AccuWeather says highs on Sunday and Monday, we're looking in the 50s, with temperatures plummeting into the mid 30s on Sunday night and maybe even Monday night. So stay tuned. Update. We got one more day to tweak this thing before we head into the weekend. Yeah, and if you're headed north for travel, you got to pay attention to what's going on in Central Texas, San Antonio, all the way up to Dallas. Time is 7:13 on the Valley's Morning News. Maestro, you check the time on that conversation. What do you want to do? Okay. Governor Greg Abbott endorsing someone other than Sid Miller for Texas Ag Commissioner.
Instead, he's thrown his considerable political weight behind candidate Nate Sheets. Miller has held the office for 3 terms. Abbott said that, quote, Texans deserve an agricultural commissioner who is focused on promoting Texas agriculture with zero tolerance for criminality. Last year, Miller hired political consultant Todd Smith to be his chief of staff after Smith faced criminal charges. SMU political scientist Cal Jilson says
there are other people in office in Texas. You think first of Ken Paxton, the Attorney General running for the United States Senate, who could receive the same treatment from Governor Abbott if he were being consistent.
Sheets is from McKinney and is the founder of Nature Nate's Honey Company. Barbara Schwartz, News Talk 710 KURV.
7:14 on the Valley's Morning News. Blue Origin is reportedly going to start a satellite communications network, going to rival our neighbor Elon Musk and his Starlink to provide internet service. Blue Origin wants to provide internet service with their own satellite network. Apple is reportedly preparing to turn Siri into an AI chat box. And according to a Bloomberg write-up on this, Apple plans to roll out the new product likely by this summer. It's 7:15 on the Valley's Morning News. A social media car influencer from the Houston area has been arrested on charges of sexual assault of a toddler, of a 2-year-old. 40-year-old Victor Paylett III is currently in jail, no bond. Paylett on social media, on Instagram, is known as Candy Red Bread on Instagram, has tens of thousands of followers, and is known to post videos of customized vehicles that he produces. He was arrested last week. Police say that they obtained video that is evidence of him assaulting a baby. It's 7:15, and they suspect that there might be other victims. It's 7:15 on the Valley's Morning News. The world's oldest cave art has been discovered on an island in Indonesia.
Archaeologists say the stenciled handprints found in a cave on Muna Island appear to be over 67,000 years old. making them the world's oldest known paintings. The Jakarta Post said Wednesday that the tan-colored outlines were made by blowing pigment over hands that were placed against the walls of the cave. The new discovery is about 15,000 years older than the previous ancient art found in the same part of Indonesia in 2024. I'm Michael Kastner.
I hear they translated the writing, Freddie. It said, Charlie Rankin was here. Yeah. And dig up the old Charlie Rankin, old guy jokes. 7:16 on the Valley's Morning News. Buc-ee's is going to open up a new location. Is it going to be in the Valley? No, it's far, far away from him. Nebraska gets a Buc-ee's before we do.
The Nebraska Examiner reports the city council in the West Omaha suburb of Gretna has given the first of 3 rounds of approval to annex 43 acres. The annexation and an economic development package are required to take advantage of Nebraska tax incentives for what would be a 74,000 square foot Buc-ee store with 100 gas pumps.
Yeah. Great question from producer Freddie. 100 gas pumps. Nebraska, right? Do they even have like 100 people living in Nebraska? I mean, how does that make sense, right? It's 7:17 on the Valley's Morning News. And on the national level, pending home sales plunged last month, according to the National Association of Realtors survey. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Going to share with you a conversation I had this past weekend with our state senator, Adam Hinojosa. He was part of a get-together. Republicans had a candidate forum, some folks running in Cameron County. So I caught up with Senator Adam Hinojosa from the state Senate, looking at some water issues, water funding issues, and highway construction issues, especially the emergency issue for connecting all of employees and infrastructure and rocket engines, all those things that need to travel on Highway 4, need to fatten up that highway. That's next on 710 KURV.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
They say that actions speak louder than words, so we'll let the all-new, state-of-the-art BMW 4 show you what that means. Choose from an incredible selection of new BMWs with the same exceptional service you've come to know. Right now, you can lease a new BMW X3 for just $599 a month with $52.39 due at signing. Come see why BMW has always been known as the ultimate driving machine. BMW of Far, now open on the corner of Expressway 281 and Owasso in Far. Come find your new BMW today.
You know Martin Farm and Ranch as the Valley's premier Purina feed dealer.
We're so much more than a feed store. Come on in.
Stay Tough Superior Fence Products.
Yeah, we got it.
Electric fencing, parts and supplies.
Yep, we got that too. Show feed and supplements. We got them. Deer feeders and blinds. We got them.
Live animals and pet supplies.
Got a hungry dog? We can help you. Martin Farm and Ranch Supply. So much more than a feed store. Just look for the horse.
Fox on Tech.
Another space company will get into the space internet business. The world has marveled over Elon Musk's Starlink, the satellite network deployed by Musk's SpaceX rocket company, providing high-speed internet to most places on the planet using ground-based terminals. Now, Jeff Bezos' rocket company called Blue Origin announces a new type of internet from space. It's called TerraWave, and it will deliver super-fast, high-throughput, 6 terabyte per second internet service anywhere on Earth using a network of nearly 5,500 satellites. While Starlink is designed for home and personal and small business use, TerraWave is designed to provide enterprise-grade internet to support complex operations like data centers. The service is expected to come online at the end of next year. Bezos is also deploying a consumer-grade orbital internet service to rival Starlink. It's called Amazon Leo. With Fox on Tech, I'm Eben Brown, Fox News.
Bumper to bumper information.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
News Talk 710 KURV is your one and only radio station in South Texas for the AFC and NFC championship games. Coverage begins at 1 p.m. on Sunday here on 710 KURV. Big thank you to all the gang at McAllen Bolts 23rd and Business 83 in McAllen for all the NFL coverage on 710 KURV. This conversation taking place at South Padre at the Holiday Inn that used to be the Schlitterbahn Hotel and Indoor Water Park. We're here as the Republican family. The Republican women of Cameron County brought candidates together for Congress 34. They're also their chairman, folks who are running for chairman. So it was a great conversation with our Republican family on Saturday. And of course, here with me in this conversation, Adam Hinojosa, or one of our state senators for the RGV. So just taking him aside and do a quick recap of our last legislative session. And let's start with flooding issues and mitigation, things like that. Some of the work that you did during the legislative session that we just concluded.
Well, it's great to see you, Sergio. It's great to be back in the Rio Grande Valley here in South Padre. We had a very successful session. I was able to, as a freshman senator, go up and pass over 41 pieces of legislation signed into law. One I'm extremely proud of is Senate Bill 1169. It's the ability to create public utility agencies, and that is a great tool, a very strong tool that local municipalities, any two political subdivisions of the state can come together and utilize, capitalize on economies of scale, and solve expensive but very important issues in our area, such as water supply, flooding issues that we have from Hidalgo County all through Cameron County to the Gulf of America. It's a very strong tool, allows for P3 investment dollars, allows for additional NADBank funding. So there's different ways where if you can come together, project specific, target something that is a big need, then you can stand up a PUA and have all sorts of different new funding opportunities with it. And because it will impact more people in a region, then you've got a lot higher success of getting additional funding or lower interest loans from the Water Development Board at the state. So it's a wonderful tool.
Our state senator, one of our state senators for the RGV, Adam Hinojosa, his district covers the RGV, and it will snake back over to the Corpus Christi area. And on the issue of water, I know there in Corpus, our family up in Corpus, they've been wrestling with a crisis of late. Do you see them solving it, or does the state of Texas need to come in and provide additional help, or maybe they can tap into some of the funding that was set aside? Because they kind of put themselves up in a corner, and the water, like the reservoir for the valley, is very low. Their water table is very low as well. So give me an update. What do you hear from leadership up in Corpus as to how they're going to address their crisis up there?
Well, the good news is that all the people in the Coastal Bend are finally starting to work together. Again, it was something that I started when, just as about a month into my first session, I called all the stakeholders to Austin. We formed this Coastal Bend Water Alliance. We're about to have our first meeting January 22nd, this next week, and it is a very important meeting to explain some of these tools that I described, such as Senate Bill 1169, and other ways that they can come together and work together for water supply. The one thing that isn't really told a lot in the news is I know there were some big projects such as the Inner Harbor desal and other project-specific items that they're working on, but those were still mid-range to longer-term solutions. And because of our drought, because of a lot of influx of population moving to Texas, I mean, we're still ranked the #1 state in all of America where people are moving to because of our great, strong, conservative, business-friendly policy. We're seeing a lot of industry to our port areas like Corpus Christi and the Valley. Now, that is exacerbated by the fact that we've been in drought for a long time. So we have to essentially replace our entire western reservoir of the amount of water that we were counting on from that, from those combined reservoir system over there, and we need new projects. So in the short term, to avoid industrial curtailment, we're already in residential curtailment. That's something that will happen by the end of this year, and so they've, to their credit, Corpus Christi and a lot of the Coastal Bend partners have come together and have several fast and temporary projects to get us to the mid to longer term solutions. So they are working together. We have a plan, and we're just with my Coastal Bend Water Alliance, we're working to make sure that we show the governor and the rest of Texas that we are working together and have solutions.
More than ever before, water issues or the scarcity of it and finding new ways to produce it, purify it, desal it, not only the population growth, which is crazy off the charts, but with industry coming here that is thirsty. You got chip production and data centers and all that stuff. Does the state of Texas, in your opinion, need to do more? They did something the last legislative session, but because of what seems to be almost an emergency issue now, because the water tables are low everywhere, population needs it, more population headed this way, and industry that is pounding at their door to get in here. They can produce their own energy, it seems. They can set up, I don't know, some windmills or battery farms. They can do that, the power. The water issue seems to be more of an emergency. Just your thoughts on that.
Well, yeah, and like I said, it's not just population growth, it's industry, everything what you just said. The demand on water is so much higher. What a lot of people don't realize is that the inexpensive, fastest, cheapest water is literally drying up, and that's surface water. The next level after that is actually groundwater. So you acquire that through things like inland brackish desal operations. We are starting to have a lot of conversations about effluent wastewater reuse. Yeah. We're seeing that in Corpus Christi right now as one of the more immediate ways to help avoid curtailment to industry. There's even produced water that's coming out from our oil fracking operations. That there's conversations being all the ways that we can, excuse me, and all things water need to be on the table. So the more expensive options like marine desal or inland brackish desal, those, they're more expensive because the deeper you go for the water, the more, the saltier it is. And so with inland brackish desal, sometimes a single pass reverse osmosis will fix it. Still more expensive option. Marine desal is going to take more than that, so it's even more expensive. And going back to my Senate Bill 1169, that's one way to help alleviate that, to capitalize on economies of scale. But the state definitely understands that we have a greater role, and we appropriated $2.7 billion this last legislative appropriations for water supply and water improvement projects. We under the last amendment election that we had, the constitutional election that we had, it was voted in to appropriate another $1 billion annually for the next 20 years. But think about that. With that 20 years, Sergio, plus the 2.7, that's $22.7 billion allocated over the next 20 years for water supply. Without any new projects currently today on the books, we have over $50 billion worth of projects sitting at the Water Development Board. So we can't afford to fund this entirely. That's why, again, my Senate Bill 1169 allows for P3 agreements, which are public-private partnerships. We need private investment dollars to come in and help. Yeah. And this tool gives us that opportunity to find those investors.
One of our state senators, Ana Hinojosa, quick recap of some of the infrastructure issues and resource issues that they were dealing with. And just a quick note, final note, on roads and infrastructure with Elon Musk, our neighbor here, and of course Highway 4, right, that needed to be fattened up, and that road, long 15x mile road, whatever it is, to Boca Chica Beach, with all the industry, with all the rocket engines, with the 18-wheelers, with what is it, like 4,000 or 5,000 people now, 8,000 people in the near future working there. Yeah, that needs to be a really fat road, and you helped secure some funding to fatten up that road ASAP.
Very, very blessed. Very successful first session is in my freshman inaugural year, and we were able to secure over $300 million worth of money back to District 27, including very much needed funding to improve Highway 4. And so we're super excited about that. I know the county is. You're going to see big results from that coming real soon.
All right. Thank you, Senator. You bet. Keep in touch. Come and see us at the station. That's our Senator Ana Hinojosa. This is the Valley's Morning News. Newstalk 710 KURV. Check of headlines, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. Former Uvalde CISD police officer found not guilty in the first trial related to the slow police response during the Robb Elementary massacre.
Adrian Gonzalez faced 29 felony counts of child endangerment for his inaction during the Robb Elementary School shooting, in which 19 students and 2 teachers were killed. TSN's Chris Fox covered the entire trial and says he was not surprised by the verdict and says the defense did a solid job.
One of the teachers who testified, at the end, the only questions that the defense asked was, how did you get out of the classroom? We were evacuated by Adrian Gonzalez. It seemed like every step of the way that the defense had an argument back.
Family members of the victims sat stunned in the courtroom after the verdict was read. The nearly 3-week trial included emotional testimony from teachers who were shot and survived. Barbara Schwartz, Newstalk 710 KURV.
The U.S. is officially withdrawing from the World Health Organization.
The WHO is a UN agency aimed at preventing diseases and promoting public health around the world. President Trump announced last year that the U.S. was ending its membership and gave a year's notice, which ends today. Some observers say the decision appears to violate federal law, which mandates the U.S. pay $260 million in outstanding fees to the health agency. A State Department spokesperson responded by saying, quote, "The American people have paid more than enough to this organization." I'm Tammy Trujillo.
And the upcoming Artemis 2 mission around the moon is going to carry some historic artifacts.
NASA says the flight kit aboard the Orion spacecraft will include a small piece of cloth from the original Wright Flyer, which made the first powered flight in 1903. An American flag that flew on the first and final space shuttle missions will also make the trip, along with the flag that was supposed to fly on Apollo 18. Also included in the kit will be an SD card that holds the millions of names of those who took part in the Send Your Name to Space campaign. The launch window for the crewed Artemis 2 test flight opens February 6th. I'm Mark Mayfield.
This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV, your station in South Texas for the AFC and NFC championship game. The coverage starts 1 p.m. Sunday. Big thank you to McAllen Bolt. A check of sports next on 710 KURV.
Start the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic every day. Available online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com or at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, or Wegmans.
The valued warranties, the expanded services on roofing services that you expect. It is Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, and I hope that you call them today as a property manager. Call them as a business owner. You got several properties in the area, whether they're warehouses or multi-level sites. You got a bunch of rental properties out there, maybe some commercial strips. You call Chamberlain Roofing, Waterproofing and begin a friendship with them. They, at Chamberlain, will send highly trained expert crews. This is a company that has 125 plus years in the roofing business. Commercial roofing business. They know the materials and workmanship that went into your property, where it should be as far as its health, for free. Again, for free, as a property manager and business owner, you can ask Chamberlain to come to your place and check the condition of the commercial roofing system. So you call them today and get that free assessment, expert assessment of the condition of your roof, and hopefully this will lead to, I don't know, maybe sometime down the future. Because everything's okay. They'll tell you everything's okay. Just call them again in the future for that free assessment. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, cutting-edge roof installation, repair, maintenance technology, advanced waterproofing solutions at 956-655-6178.
Do you have the right financial advisor to help you navigate where you want to go? With life's twists and turns, having a trusted expert by your side can make all the difference. An Ameriprise advisor will take the time to truly understand what's important to you, crafting a personalized strategy tailored to your goals and needs. Whether you're preparing for the expected or the unexpected, they'll help you stay on track with regular reviews and digital tools designed to give you clarity and control. With an Ameriprise advisor, you can feel more confident, connected, and in charge of your financial future. Call Ameriprise Financial Advisor David Barnes today at 956-772-4200, 956-772-4200. His office is conveniently located at 3008 North McCall Road, Suite B in McAllen. Ameriprise Financial cannot guarantee future financial results. Not FDIC or NCUA insured. No financial institution guarantee. May lose value. Securities offered by Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC. Member FINRA and SIPC.
Sunday, it's Westwood One's coverage of the AFC playoffs as the New England Patriots visit the Denver Broncos. Coverage begins at 1, powered by McAllen Bolt and News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
In the association, let's review. The Knicks were booed off their home court Monday, had a players-only meeting, then came out and destroyed the Nets 120-66, their largest win in franchise history. Head coach Mike Brown knows he has to turn this around.
Before, when you go through adversity, it starts with an individual looking in the mirror, starting with me. I have to look in the mirror. I have to see how I can help them.
Jalen Brunson dropped in 30 to help the Celtics down the Pacers. Pistons never trailed, knocked off the Pelicans for their fourth straight win. The shorthanded Thunder crushed the Bucks by 20. Bills quarterback Josh Allen may need foot surgery. Niners disgruntled wide receiver Brandon Ayuk has played his final snap with the franchise, that according to GM John Lynch. In baseball, the Mets acquired two-time All-Star pitcher Freddie Peralta from the Brewers for infielder Jet Williams. That's sports. I'm Ron Moss.
AccuWeather says highs today, let's see here, 80. And tomorrow, low 80s. And right now, temperatures mostly mid-60s. Tonight, mid-60s. Cold front arrives on Saturday. So we might hit like low 80s on Saturday. Then after mid-afternoon, cold front crosses, and then temperatures into the 60s, 50s, and probably 40s overnight. Saturday night to Sunday morning, temperatures should stay in the 50s all day Sunday, and then likely into the 30s, mid-upper 30s, Sunday night into Monday. Right now, temperatures mostly mid-60s. Border Bridge wait times, as posted on KURV.com. It was busy this morning in Brownsville. Let me get an update on the Brownsville numbers. So if you're headed back to Brownsville, last we saw was 45 minutes to an hour at B&M. Last number we saw was north of an hour and a half. In fact, it was closer to an hour 45 minutes at the Gateway Bridge. Do the UE head over to Veterans? They were around 10 to 15 minutes at last check. This is the Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV. Business News Check of Your Money coming up in 2 minutes.
Come into Volvo Cars Edinburgh today and find the Volvo that's right for you. Shop from a great selection of Volvos today. Get comfortable in the incredible new 2026 Volvo XC40 with all the technology and innovation that makes the Volvo brand stand out from the rest. Lease one today for just $389 a month. That's right, $389 a month. We shop the competition so you don't have to at Volvo Cars Edinburgh.
Dale gas!
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. CNBC reports OpenAI is in talks with sovereign wealth funds in the Middle East to try to secure investments for a new multi-billion-dollar funding round. The round is expected to total around $50 billion, but the numbers could change and term sheets have not been signed. Jeff Bezos-backed Blue Origin is launching a satellite internet network for enterprise, data center, and government customer called TerraWave. The company aims to begin deploying the first of the roughly 5,000 satellites in the fourth quarter of 2027. Hyundai Motors labor union in South Korea has warned the automaker against deploying humanoid robots without union approval, saying the robots would bring employment shocks. Hyundai's plan to deploy humanoid robots starting in 2028 has sent its shares rallying to record highs. Futures are moderately higher on Wednesday. The Dow Industrials gained 588, the Nasdaq up 270, the S&P 500 up 78. Once again, futures are moderately higher. That's Your Money Now.
This from the National Association of Realtors. They say that pending home sales plunged last month, and food giant Smithfield Foods acquiring Nathan's famous hot dog brand. The deal announced yesterday will pay Nathan Famous $450 million for all the outstanding shares. I was telling producer Freddie early this morning, $450 million for Nathan's Famous hot dogs. $450 million would be, what would you say, Freddie? Calculator, right? Like about half of the hot dogs that Joey Chestnut eats during the hot dog eating competition, somewhere in there. AccuWeather says highs today should be 80, low 80s. Same thing tomorrow. And overnight lows tonight should be where we are right now. Right now, it's mostly mid-60s across South Texas, mid-60s tonight. Cold front this weekend It arrives sometime afternoon Saturday, plunging temperatures into the 50s, maybe 40s overnight from Saturday to Sunday. Sunday temperatures should stay in the 50s. Sunday night to Monday morning, temperatures likely into the mid-upper 30s. If you're traveling north, pay attention to the weather. There might be some frozen precip north of San Antonio all the way to Dallas this weekend. This is the Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV. We got Fox News coming up in 2 minutes. Join us online, Radio Para Mi. Download the free app. Listen on your smartphone.
This is a fraud alert. It is a crime in Texas for a person to solicit an accident victim for purposes of legal representation. If you have not requested the call or personal visit, report this crime to the Texas Rangers.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in McAllen at 956-803-0058 and Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
The 710 KURV People Poll, made possible by Total Imaging Solutions. Their customers have 99.3% of problems fixed within 4 hours.
Hi there, my name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. Have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions, huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison. I am the second generation owner of Sisters Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them and they helped us, create the dream.
Information to start your day.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
We start temperatures in the mid-60s. We got a cold front on the way for it this weekend. Have to wait till Saturday, late Saturday afternoon, overnight into Sunday for the cold air once again in South Texas. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. I'm Sergio Sanchez along with show producer Fred Cruz and Jason Caterina from AccuWeather. You and family driving around town. Appreciate you tuning in to 710 a.m. Join us on your smartphone at Radio Para Mi. Download the free app. Check of News, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. President Trump creates the Board of Peace. He's the inaugural chairman. Fox's Edward Lawrence with the president, Davos, Switzerland.
Watching history in the making here, the president did sign the charter for the Board of Peace here with those 20 world leaders. They also signed the Gaza Declaration to come up with a government, a governing system for Gaza to move that area forward.
But this group of countries is not going to replace the UN, according to President Trump.
There's tremendous potential with the United Nations, and I think the combination of the Board of Peace with the kind of people we have here, coupled with the United Nations, can be something very, very unique for the world.
The president also meeting on the sidelines with Ukraine's leader, Vladimir Zelensky. They're trying to end Russia's war in that country. It reaches 4 years next month. America's listening to Fox News.
Scary incident in Mission yesterday. You likely saw plenty of people taking their smartphones out and posting video on this when white vehicle all shot up. A scary incident on Sherry Road as bullets went flying yesterday afternoon. Police in Mission were called to the IBC Bank on South Sherry. They were there to investigate a reported kidnapping. Police in Mission encountered two individuals in a white car, and one of the suspects reportedly opened fire on the cops. Officers returned fire, wounded one of the suspects. A police officer was also hurt, taken to the hospital for treatment. Both suspects in custody. Mission police continue to investigate this alleged kidnapping, and Texas Rangers now involved investigating this officer-involved shooting. From La Jolla Schools, the school board has agreed to consolidate a consolidation plan that will close 4 schools, 3 elementary schools and 1 middle school. That middle school will be converted into a career and technology campus. School leaders in La Jolla saying that this will help the district save around $27 million. Governor Greg Abbott announcing the winner of the latest Semiconductor Innovation Fund.
Texas Tech is getting $12 million to build a clean room lab for advanced research on next-generation semiconductors. This is the governor's 3rd grant in as many weeks and the 6th in the last 2 months. Since February of last year, the governor's awarded more than $363 million.
Bill Oliver with that report. The European Union saying that they will be pausing the approval of a trade deal that they reached with the U.S. last summer.
I'm at Mattinson.
Yes, I know, but what's the report?
The deal would have capped U.S. tariffs on most EU products at just 15%, but the chairman of the European Parliament's International Trade Committee issued a statement Wednesday announcing work on the deal is halted. The announcement came after President Trump said he would hit 7 European Union countries plus the UK with tariffs if they did not allow the United States to control Greenland. According to the statement, no steps to move the deal forward will be taken until the U.S. decides to re-engage on a path of cooperation rather than confrontation.
Heart disease is still the number 1 killer, number 1 cause of death in our country. But according to new medical data, fewer people are dying from heart disease.
That's according to a new report from the American Heart Association. The report shows heart disease death rates have dropped for the first time in 5 years. They decreased by more than 2.5% from 2022 to 2023. Deaths involving blocked coronary arteries also went down by nearly 6% in that time frame. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
From the left coast, California is surpassing one of their state's electric vehicle goals. Since 2010, more than 2.5 million electric vehicles have been sold in the state of California. The goal was to have 1.5 million by the year 2025. Today is National Hot Sauce Day, and the debate is going to rage today from Frank's Red Hot. I like Frank's Red Hot on the chicken wings. That's really good. We've got, let's see, what's the name of it? Tapatio, right? Tapatio. You don't like hot sauce, right? You don't know.
No, I don't do that hot stuff.
It just adds flavor. I like the Slotsky sauce as well. I think they have like a special.
To me, it ruins the flavor, man. Like I want to taste the food.
Well, it adds flavor.
No, it ruins the flavor.
Do you like macaroni and cheese?
No.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yep.
Well, try this, people. Mac and cheese with hot sauce. If you like, try this. Double cheese, double pepperoni with pineapple pizza, thin crust, because you gotta, as Fred says, enjoy the ingredients. Well, it's too much bread if you'd go other. Double cheese, double pepperoni, pineapple, and hot sauce. Oof. Happy National Hot Sauce Day. This is the Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV. Join us online, Radio Para Mi. Download the free app. Listen on your smartphone.
Power, performance, and savings. The Coyote year-end clearance event is on now at Rivetta's Machinery in Donna. For more than 50 years and 3 generations, the Rivetta families proudly served the Rio Grande Valley, and today they continue that tradition with Coyote, the name trusted for power, reliability, and value. Right now, they're clearing out Coyote tractors, zero turns, utility vehicles, and compact construction equipment, all at incredible year-end savings. From the small but mighty 21 horsepower models all the way up to the brand new 140 horsepower Coyote HX 1402, they have the right machine for every job and every budget. And with financing as low as 0% interest and 0 down payment with approved credit, there's never been a better time to join the Rivetta's family. Go see why generations of hardworking Texans choose Rivetta's for tractors, equipment, and service that go the distance. Visit them on Expressway 83 in Donna between Hutto and Valverde Roads. Rivetta's for the long haul. See dealer for full details.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.